Students, welcome to our online classes of medical diagnostics for class 12. Today we are going to start with the topic erythrocyte sedimentation rate. Okay, that means ESR. When you are doing the CBC for any kind of patient, then you can perform the test also, that is named as erythrocyte sedimentation rate or ESR. So now let's see what is the process of erythrocyte sedimentation rate. This is actually defined as the settlement of RBCs at the bottom with an upper plasma layer with anticoagulated blood when it will be kept undisturbed for a long period of time. Okay, so that will be mainly the settlement of RBC at the bottom with upper plasma layer of blood when it is kept in undisturbed for a period of time. There are total 3 stages. The stage of aggregation, that is the first stage when the red cell will form the Rowley's. What is the meaning of Rowley's formation? When the RBC will be settling down, so then what will happen? They will make the structure like that. Okay, the RBC, one RBC will be joined with another one and they will stack together in the downward. So this kind of formation is called as the Rowley's formation. Okay, and it is very important stage of the sedimentation, because when the RBCs will be joined together, then the gravitational force of that clumping of RBC will be more. So automatically they will be sedimenting very fast. Okay, now the stage of sedimentation. In this phase, the actual falling of the cell will occur and the larger aggregates formed in the stage, the faster rate it will fall. That means when the stagging will be more, so automatically the downward stagging will be more higher. Okay, and more faster. And the last one is the stage of packing. That is the final stage when the individual cells and aggregates slow down due to the crowding. That means when all the RBC will be taking this place, so automatically the other RBCs, for the other RBCs, it will be difficult to be settled down. So that's why here the aggregates will be slower down due to the overcrowding of the RBCs. Now the next part, the what it is happening here actually. So the distance of the cell have fallen in given period of time, that will be measured and reported. That means how much time the RBC will take to be settled down at the bottom of the tube. So that rate you have to note down. Okay, and this method, by two method you can measure that, Westergren method and Winthrop method. Actually Westergren method is commonly used here and I will show you with the help of the video also. Now which sample you have to take? First you have to take the fasting blood sample, and here the anticoagulant will be used as the trisodium citrate. Okay, and the blood can also be collected with the EDTA vial also. Okay, and diluted as 1 volume of trisodium citrate for 4 volumes of blood. Now the requirement for the Westergren method, you need the Westergren ESR tube and stand for holding the tube, time and watch, because you have to note down the time. And what is the procedure? First you have to feel the tube exactly up to the 0 mark. That is very important. And then you have to close it with the help of the rubber bulb, because you have to give the time to RBC to settle down in its own phase. Okay, air bubbles should not be present there. Place the tube upright in the stand. That means the tube will be placed upright on the stand. Now what will happen? It should fit evenly into the groove of the stand. That means where you have to keep it, so it should not be tilted anyhow. Inside the groove of the stand, the tube should stand like this. Okay, allow the tube stand for exactly 1 hour. This is very important. Exactly 1 hour the tube should be standing there at room temperature of 18 degree to 25 degree centigrade. Now exactly after 1 hour, you have to see that where the label is there. Okay, that label you have to measure. That means where actual level of the cell is there. The result are reported in term of after first hour. That means in first hour, how much stacking is present here. The test should preferably be done within 4 hours of collection of sample. Okay, that means after 4 hours of collection of sample, if it will do the process, then you can get the any kind of false result also. Wash the tubes as early as possible under the running tap water. Otherwise, what can happen? The RBC that will be stagging down, that clump can present there. So as soon as possible, the test will be over. You have to clean the tube in running tap water, and then you have to rinse it with the deionized water and dry the incubator in 40 degree to 50 degree centigrade. Okay, this 0 is wrong. 40 degree to 50 degree centigrade. Now, what will be the different factors that will influence the sedimentation? Fibrinogen, globulin, cholesterol. These factors can increase the sedimentation because they are very heavier. So automatically, if they will present, so automatically sedimentation rate will be increased. The RBC count, if large amount of RBC will be present here, so it will lower the ESR just because of the overcrowding process. Okay, usually that ESR rate is greater in case of women. Okay, and in increased ESR also can be seen from third month of pregnancy and returns to normal 4 weeks after delivery. That means when the mother is pregnant of third month, from that time the rate can increase, and after the delivery of 4 weeks the rate can be increased. Now in the next part, what are the laboratory factors which can influence that? These are the bodily factors, okay, and these are the laboratory factors. Temperature. If the temperature will be higher, ESR can be increased. Time. The sedimentation is maximum in 4 hours. Okay, first 4 hours. So after 4 hours, the rate can be decreased. Anticoagulant. Because here you have to use the, especially the EDTA or otherwise the trisodium citrate, EDTA or trisodium citrate. But if we will use the heparin oxalate, so it will not be suitable. Length of ESR tube, that is very important because ESR is greater with longer tubes. Okay, if it is shorter tube, then the rate can differ. And the inclination of the tube, that is very important because the tube should be completely on the upright position, so it should not be in the tilted position. Okay, then automatically the rate can be false. So that's why the inclination of the tube is also very important. It should be completely in the vertical position. Now, what is the importance of ESR? Total 3 importances are there. Okay, it is not diagnostic of any kind of specific disease. Okay, that it is actually you have to find the specific disease with the help of the CBC, complete blood count report. It is used to check the progress of the disease. Okay, how much the infection has been occurred, just to check the progress of the disease. And ESR is markedly raised in tuberculosis, rheumatic fever, means especially in case of the disease that can be caused by any kind of microorganism or ELI cell. Okay, ELI cell we will learn afterwards. So in these cases the ESR can be increased. So, and what is the normal ranges are given here? You just look through that. And especially in men and women, and especially in case of women, the rates are quite higher. Now just see the video. Okay.
ESR, or erythrocyte sedimentation rate, measures the distance red blood cells will fall along the length of a vertical tube over a given time period. Although it is a non-specific phenomenon, it is clinically used in certain chronic disorders for example, rheumatoid arthritis or tuberculosis, as an index of progress of the disease. ESR is the rate of fall of RBCs in diluted plasma and is influenced by a number of interreacting factors. Basically, it depends upon the difference in specific gravity between red cells and plasma, but the actual rate of fall is influenced very greatly by the extent to which the red cells form rouleaux, which sediment more rapidly than single cells. Include can be disposable or made of glass. A glass tube is graded from 0 to 190, whereas a plastic tube which has a white collar at the lower end is graded from 0 to 170. These gradings may vary with the make of the tubes. Disposable tubes are preferred. Timer. ESR vacuoteners with black tops which contain 3.8% sodium citrate. Alternatively, tubes of minimum volume 2 milliliters can be used. In this case, one volume of 3.8% trisodium citrate solution is mixed with 4 volumes of blood. Preparation with the solute. Collect 3.8% sodium citrate vacuotener and mix the contents thoroughly by inverting the vial at least 6 times. Alternatively, measure exactly 0.4 milliliters of the 3.8% trisodium citrate solution with the help of a pipette or syringe into a clean and dry tube. Draw venous blood and immediately place 1.6 milliliters into the trisodium citrate solution. Note: you can also use EDTA blood. If kept at 4 degrees centigrade, it can open the vacuotener gently. The sedimentation pipette is inserted into the tube right to the bottom of it. The mixture is thus forced upwards, and due to the zeroing system, the column falls exactly to the 0 mm position. Place the tube with the pipette into the stand provided, maintaining the serial number of the samples. Set the timer for 1 hour. Exactly after 1 hour, note the level to which the red cell column has fallen. Report the result in terms of millimeter results and into.
So this is up to today's class. You have seen that how the ESR can be done, and then in our next class, most probably we are going to learn about the topic of ELISL. Okay, thank you very much.